Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast episode 35 for Tuesday the 22nd of September 2020. I'm your host Mark Webb, Gamertag, PSND, SteamID, Webby, 360G, and joining me today is...
Hopefully you survived the bum fight, Cinema Dan.
The cat's out of the bag, they've both shot their load, it's number one Stuntmaster.
Sensei Switch.
Yay! Oh, it's been a shit day. I feel like I've wasted a whole day of my life today.
Why, were you trying to order a PS5?
No. No. I was trying to order this new graphics card, the 3080. It went live at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and the Nvidia site sold out of their graphics cards within 2 seconds.
Ow.
Yeah. So I was literally I was pressing F5 to refresh, and it went from notify me to sold out. I was like, oh, okay.
Did they only have one to sell then?
Probably. Fucking wankers.
Have they all
I did
gone out
see
the
the
back
meme.
door?
People like saying, logged in, refreshed, and they're gone.
Yeah.
I've had that done to
Overclockers
me.
and Scan were just kept on crashing all day. I managed to get a graphics card into my basket on Scan, and it took me 8 attempts to go through PayPal, and then the payment went through. I got confirmation on my PayPal account, and then I got an email from Scan saying the payment had been declined, even though the money's come out of my PayPal account. So I speak to Scan, and they're like, no, it's been declined, and I can't get hold of PayPal because they're closed. They're only open till 5:30. So I need to ring them tomorrow and find out. I have looked on their website. It says it can take up to 10 days for pending transactions to go back into your account.
Yeah, it can do. It's called ghost payments.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a fuck, unfortunately.
It is, because if any cards go live in the next couple of days, I'm not going to be able to buy them.
How much did you fork out?
730 quid.
Fucking hell!
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, man.
So
You could have bought 2 consoles for
I
that.
could have bought
Yeah.
an Xbox Series X. S and a... Well, yeah, but who's going to buy the S? I mean, come on.
You could have bought 3 of them.
Well, you could have bought one of them, and then you could have bought the digital PS5 then,
Yeah,
couldn't
I
you?
could have done. Yeah.
Oh, you're such a PC wanker.
I know.
It's a joke.
I know. I've been so angry today. But then I've been thinking, the same thing would probably happen by trying to get one of the consoles at launch on a pre-order, because I see a lot of people have been having issues with trying to get hold of PS5 pre-orders today, right?
Because it went live at random times on random websites.
Yeah.
There wasn't a specific, at this time. Everyone's just, hammering websites non-stop all day.
Well, I think it's a bit of a stupid way to do it, the way that Nvidia have done it with the graphics cards. It's like the cards are out on Friday, so you can order them all at 2 p.m. on the Thursday. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Just let websites do pre-orders, like proper pre-orders, like a week or so in advance.
I think a lot of people were pissed. I've seen a bit pissed off with the PlayStation thing though, because they said weeks ago that they would tell you when to pre-order, and then they announced last night the console, the price of it, and then pre-orders went live today. So I think it's pissed off a lot of people. That has
Some places in America went live straight after the conference with it.
That's madness. Absolutely madness.
It's almost as if Xbox went first, released the price, and Sony went, right, let's do this and then get the pre-orders in. Let's get the hype going. Let's amass this.
You think Sony would be that ruthless? Nah, of course they would.
But the thing is, right, it makes me laugh because we all know that both systems are going to be sold out.
I know,
but it's live anyway.
It's all perception at the end of the day. It's all marketing. It's all getting it's all getting the new shiny into the excitable hands of gamers.
But did you also notice as well that before they announced last night that the prices, Sony then turned around and said that there'd be 4 million less consoles. That means we've all got to order them quickly because it's doing another Wii.
But the thing is, I did read online that there's going to be more PS5s available at launch than there were PS4s at launch.
But I didn't think there was a problem getting a PS4 on launch, was there?
I don't know,
Not
because I didn't
really.
get one at launch.
I didn't
I
know
think,
I did.
I think there was.
Was there? Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there probably was. I mean, for every brand new console launch, there's always, it's always tough to get that system for launch day, no matter what system you buy.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, for me today, it was meant to be like my console launch day, and me being a bit of a knob, a bit of an idiot, I sold my old graphics card last week, thinking, "Oh yeah, I'll be able to order one next week. I'll be all right."
Yeah, I was wondering why you were doing that, and I was thinking, I don't need the funds, but are you fucking nuts?
I know. So now
That's like selling your balls.
I know.
You know, and just having your dick.
Yeah, and then going to the sperm bank and going, oh.
Yeah, so now I've got this nice shiny PC case with everything in it, but I can't fucking do anything on my PC apart from record a podcast. I can't even live stream the podcast because I haven't got a graphics card in there. So it's fucked over the podcast now. Mate, I can't... But the thing is, the thing that I wanted to sell it to get the most amount of money for it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, as soon as the new shiny's out, the prices
price.
dropped down, and I got, and the amount of money I sold my old graphics card for was 50 quid less than what I paid for it
Oh,
a
bloody
year
hell.
ago. So
Yeah.
it's so that's actually quite decent. So, but the thing is, I don't know when I'm going to get a new card now, which is a bit gutting. but there is a couple of saving graces. I've got my consoles anyway, which is fine. I've been playing my PlayStation actually the last few days, but I've got my gaming laptop as well. So I've been playing. I can still play my PC games on the laptop anyway. So it's not really the end of the world, but it is just fucking. It's just fucking frustrating. It's more frustrating the fact that the money is not in my fucking PayPal account and it's in the ether somewhere. That's more annoying to me than not having a fucking graphics card, because now I can't just be like, right, I'll wait a couple of days, I'll keep an eye on the social media, and then when someone says, oh yeah, overclockers, I've got some stock in, I can be like, bang, and go and buy one,
Did you have the money in your PayPal? Was it actually all the cash you built up there?
Yeah, and it's gone. Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes I think I've had this before, and I normally drag the money out of the PayPal, put it in my own account.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to buy a graphics card, I don't, but if I was going to buy a graphics card, I still use the PayPal, but it then draws it from the Visa.
Yeah.
So
I know
then,
what you're
at least then you're covered then. Whereas if you're cash, it's a little bit more awkward to try and grab it back, or it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
So I never use. I have done it before with cash, and I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah. No, it's lesson learned,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just one of those weird things where it's like, because you just feel like you've just wasted a whole day of your life just trying to fucking do this, and then you don't get to the end with a satisfactory
Have you had the joys
conclusion.
of trying to get hold of concert tickets and stuff and event
don't talk to me about that, mate.
No, that's even worse, isn't it? Concert tickets are just fucking...
Not necessarily. I mean, I usually, the only time I've been disappointed is probably Glastonbury last year, but I've got Glastonbury. I've been to Glastonbury 12 times now, so I mean, it's doable. But most of the time, I'm prepared for these gig tickets. I'm there, I'm locked and loaded. I've opened my account. I've got all my fucking credit cards lined up. I've got multiple browsers. I do it at work. I've got 2 monitors. I sit down and I tell everyone to bog off. Don't bother me till 9:30.
Yeah.
And I'll sit there. And I'll just watch them just go like this. I'm like a fucking ninja, getting them most of the time.
Ninja Dan.
Easy peasy. Gig tickets. I'm a fucking pro. But sometimes it can be a little bit blur.
It's that whole thing of. I mean, I've done it with trainers. I know it sounds sad, but I'm quite into a certain style of trainer. It's called the Adidas ZX range. And they don't release them that often because they're an old late 80s trainer. But they reissue them now and again. But you're there waiting for the 12 o'clock 12:01. Push the button, push buy it now, sort of thing. And then it's like, and then you've got them. It's that buzz. You've got them.
Yeah.
And then you go back on the next morning, and they've all gone.
Yeah.
And then you look on eBay, and they're all up there for £300 or £400. It's like, but I got mine for £70, and they're for me. They're mine.
Yeah.
They're for no one else. You know, it's that thing as well. But it's sad that we live in this kind of day and age, isn't it? Really. But there we go.
People buy multiple pairs or whatever just to supplement their expenditure. You know, they sell on one pair or at an inflated price to cut down the main price. I don't think it's necessarily. I don't necessarily think everyone's. I mean, I guarantee there's people out there who've bought multiple PS5s.
Oh yeah.
Just so that they can sell one on either at cost price or slightly more inflated, just to lower the price of the other one. Standard practice now. Now you've got all these online platforms where commerce is a piece of piss. This is what they're doing. And you know, you could argue the toss. They're just operating within market values. Or I call them fucking killjoys.
But you've had it recently with the Nintendo. You know the collection that's coming out tomorrow. That's had the same, hasn't it? Because base that they couldn't even get any stock.
I walked past Game in Brighton yesterday, and I popped my head in briefly, and they were still taking £10 pre-orders for the Mario collection in store.
So I've got mine coming tomorrow from Amazon.
Yeah, I have as well.
Yeah,
mine's coming
but
tomorrow.
I initially ordered from base.com because it was a £5 cheaper.
Right.
Yeah. I got an email saying that my pre-order had been cancelled.
Probably because they weren't going to make any fucking money off it. I guarantee it.
No, so I was quite surprised that Amazon actually had stock for me to pre-order. To be honest.
Yeah.
Because I only pre-ordered it on Monday, I think it was.
Oh wow, you did quite well, didn't you? Because I've heard this is limited stock or something.
It is. So they're only doing the limited run of the physical, and then you can only buy it digital until March, and then they're taking it off the store.
I think someone wrote. I did read the premise behind this is to try and boost sales at least in the last quarter this year. Now with COVID affecting everything, try and get the digital aspect up to a degree because of sales being hit and no real first-line party titles, apart from obviously Hyrule Warriors 2 coming out, and there might be a couple more surprises. I'm guessing this is just a way of just fudging as many sales as possible in Q4. That would be my hunch, because this is the biggest title that they've got coming up, no doubt about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it made me pre-order a copy because I'm thinking, oh man, if I don't buy it now, then I might want it in a year or so. But then part of me thinks I've been suckered into this because probably in about a year or so they'll just re-release it again.
I don't know. I mean,
there's always eBay.
I've heard they might possibly be thinking about re-releasing them as separate individual games rather than as a collection.
Okay. That's digital though. I don't know about physical. So I can see that.
I think on the GameCube, was it the GameCube? They did a Zelda collection with Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and everything on it, and that was a limited edition.
I've got
very
that.
much so. Yeah, I've got a copy of it, but it's not boxed. I think this is along the same lines of that degrees, and that was very much limited. The idea being is that further down the line, they'll want to sell you these games again. Mm-hmm. If you consider now, I suppose, that they flogged to death the original Marios, and even so, they've given away Super Mario All-Stars now this week on Switch Online, so you can download that now.
The Super Mario one, the Super Nintendo one?
Yeah.
Oh, thank fucking Christ for that. That's the best version.
Yeah, that's now on Switch Online. I've got it. So
brilliant.
My guess is at some point they'll want to resell you these games again, or dump them on an online service somewhere. So we shall see.
Yeah, because I had all the original Marios on the NES, and I've been wanting them to do the Super Mario All Stars for ages on the online SNES thing. Oh, I'm glad that's on there now. Brilliant.
Yeah, downloadable now.
Wicked.
Bit of news.
The only reason I got mine from Nintendo Direct. The only reason I went on Nintendo and ordered it through them is because at the same time I ordered the Game & Watch.
I've ordered that as well, man.
Yeah, that's the other thing I don't know if that's limited, but I know
it is.
Is that limited as well? The trouble is, everything's limited these days.
Shall we stick it on eBay? Who gets the best price?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Okay. No, I like my Game & Watches, so
All right, the best price to you, 55 quid. Make a fiver.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, it does look quite nice, doesn't it? So the Game & Watch. So
Yeah,
It's interesting. Yeah.
Mm.
Does look cool. It's a clock. Woohoo! It has
Yeah,
the, it has the original Mario.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool,
and
man.
that's about it, is it?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, it just stay in a box, somewhere else.
I'm going to use it as a clock.
I'm gonna just, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I might just cancel it. I don't know yet. We'll see.
We'll stick it on eBay. You get 5 or more.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I know I won't do that. I'm not that much of an arsehole.
You'll keep it.
Yeah.
In a box.
In a box.
In a cupboard.
In the shelf.
On the shelf.
Next to all the other shit I've managed to accumulate gaming-wise.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So should we talk about the elephants in the room?
The elephants? Who's the elephant?
Well, the Xbox One series, whatever it's called, and the PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah.
We got the prices, didn't we, this week? Well, it was last week, wasn't it? The Xbox wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, it was originally supposed to be this week, but it was leaked early.
Was that intentional, or was that someone just...
I think it was due to a typical classic like listing on a foreign website.
Oh, okay.
Right,
that
okay.
always happens.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's been quite a busy couple of weeks because we've had Sony, Microsoft, and the Ubisoft event as well.
Hmm.
So it has been busy.
Didn't you?
I did watch the Ubi event. I
watched it as well. No, I haven't recorded a podcast since any of those.
Oh, when you... All right, okay. I can't remember when you last did a podcast, to be honest.
A long time ago.
It's been a long time.
Before the war.
Well, the last episode was a Patreon-only episode, so all those people who don't give me money don't get to listen to those ones.
I'll give you £2 a month. Where's my copy of it?
You need to get onto the Patreon, Dan. Cancel the PayPal. Get onto Patreon.
How much did it cost on PayPal?
£4.50.
£4.50. Meant I got fucking hell. I've got to pay an extra £2.50.
Yeah. That's 2 episodes a month for £4.50. I think that's a bargain. 2 extra episodes, man.
Do we get paid more?
And on a longer month, you might even get free.
Yeah, if we come on, do we get royalties?
I'm about to say.
We'll discuss this offline.
All right. Dan, should we ask for £1.50 each?
I'm about to say. I want a fucking discount on this if I'm paying £4.50.
Dan, you get the 50p.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
It actually works quite well, the Patreon stuff, because it has its own podcast feed, and it works on all the podcast apps as well.
Oh.
So it works really well. Yeah.
Cool.
We're happy with it.
Good. Elliot's return in the Patreon episode. Is it right?
Yeah. Elliot's return.
Yeah. Yeah. He's stuck behind a paywall, ladies and gents. So
yeah, Elliot behind the paywall. He's worth paying for.
We love you, Elliot.
Yeah, so for those people that don't know, the show has gone back to weekly, but the every other week is Patreon only. So it's like this week is for everyone, next week for Patreon, and then the week after for everyone, week after that for Patreon, and like that. So all good in the hood. Yeah, so what were we going to say? The Microsoft event, they revealed the price. I was actually quite shocked by that price of 450 quid.
It was sort of around the wheelhouse I was expecting, somewhere around 400, 450.
Yeah, at least it wasn't 499, which we all thought it could be, or more. So...
Well, I thought it was going to be 600, so I was really shocked with that 450 pound price point.
To be honest with you,
almost like a death knell, like in the current climate of everything. Yeah. But then again, with the limited stocks and stuff, people would have paid that.
So are they actually? So Webby, you would probably know this more than all the rest of us. What's inside these consoles? Because I don't really know teraflops and stuff like that. Compared to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One Series X, not the cheapy one.
Yeah.
If you had that and you put that in a PC, would that cost 449 or would it be more?
Nah, mate, you'd be. I mean, the thing is, it's AMD, and AMD are cheaper anyway than the Nvidia and Intel stuff. But
So it's priced what it is then, or are they not making?
no,
Are they
no,
making
no.
a lot on them?
Well, to be honest, AMD don't actually have any PC equivalents of graphics cards. Well, they do have CPUs that are equivalent, but no graphics cards that are equivalent yet. I think they're coming out in the next few months. Be interested to see how much they are. But the CPUs on their own, you know, for a decent one, you're looking at like 300 quid plus just on the CPU. So I would say to have an equivalent PC, you're looking at over $1,000. Easy.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're probably on a loss on these then, making these.
Yeah, I think they're
yeah.
both taking losses.
Oh, yeah, they're big
Because I've
loss
heard rumours
leaders.
that I heard rumours that Sony wanted to obviously probably charge 500 around that mark, but they knew once Xbox had announced their price that they pretty much have to match it, otherwise,
Yeah.
they look the less attractive option.
Well, it's quite
especially with all the
interesting.
Game Pass stuff.
Yeah, I mean, what's quite interesting is looking how much the SSDs are for the Xbox One. They're rumoured to be £200 each.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Is that for just the 1 terabyte?
Yeah.
Because I was pissed off when I read that. It was like, oh, we're going to have external, like the expansion cards for the memory.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's good. Get a couple of gig or terabytes, and then it's like, oh, it's only a terabyte, and you're, what? So it's only going to be 2 terabyte max.
Yeah, but what I read is that they're hot swappable as well, so you can just unplug one in. But that's a lot of money to spend. And also, I'm not sure if you can use like a normal external USB hard drive or not. External USB SSD.
I think you can.
You just swap. Xboxes,
you just swap in and out any data onto the SSD. I think.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, obviously, with the Xbox, it's easier because that's just a snap in and snap out card.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I could probably last about a year on that standard terabyte that it comes with, and then hope that they bring out bigger capacity cards like a year.
Yeah, but they'll be expensive. I mean, you look at the PC space as well. For a similar speed NVMe drive, you're looking at the same price anyway.
Yeah. But on the other side, I was going to say, with the PS5, I'm literally going to be looking at getting another version of that hard drive bigger to swap out because it's internal.
Yeah.
It's because obviously when you're doing that, it's a bugger to obviously swap out the hard drives and transfer everything from the other hard drive onto the one that you're swapping it into.
Yeah.
Whereas with a slottable card in the back, you just whack it in and it's just done. All of your stuff's originally there on the standard hard drive.
It's like going back to the memory cards of the PS1 era, isn't it?
But a lot more expensive.
Apart from one game won't fill up the entire thing unless it's COD.
Well, I've been reading that Microsoft are testing this new technology which can make the game sizes smaller as well. So that'll be quite interesting.
I've heard these rumors.
Take note, Activision, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just going back to the prices, I was very surprised with the Xbox prices. The Series X at $450, and then the Series S, which is, what was it,
299.
Okay, 300. But what I was surprised about was the specs of the Series S, because it's not being put out as a 4K device. No. It's got a weaker graphics card in it. It's got the same CPU as the Series X. Hang on.
It's more powerful than the Series X, but there's things that...
Is it? I thought it was
the Xbox One X.
The Xbox One X.
Yeah, that's what I meant, sorry. Yeah, it's more powerful than the One X, but at the same time, the One X can do things that the Series X can't, like the 4K and stuff.
Well, I've been reading that the CPU is obviously a lot better than the One X, because it's got the same CPU as the Series X, but
Are we confusing anyone yet?
Yeah. But the graphics, say the graphics card inverted commas, because they're not graphics cards, they're just the graphics processor, whatever. Yeah. In the Series S is not as good as the One X. So, for example, when you're running Xbox 360 games and up-resing them or whatever, they won't do it the same on the... It won't be as good on the Series S than it would be on the One X.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So the situation is that's $299. If you can, go and buy an Xbox One X now because they're deleted, aren't they? But they're still out there for $349, and you get a disc drive with it as well.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I've got two thoughts on the Series S. Like, one, it's a great price. It's great for kids. You get them that for Christmas with Game Pass, and you're set. You don't have to...
Yeah, your kid isn't really going to have a 4K telly in his room, is he, anyway?
But then, as a main system, it's a big no-no. You know, you want the Series X. It's got the 4K disc drive, so you can watch your Blu-ray films if anyone watches them anymore, and obviously you can buy physical games, which is great.
You can't do that with the Series S, can you?
No, it doesn't have a disc drive.
It doesn't have a disc drive.
That's what I'm saying. So...
Yeah,
that's the thing that's not as good, because obviously we all know that digital games are more expensive than physical games, and obviously you're not really... I feel you're not really getting a next gen experience if you're getting the Series S anyway. You go
it's a mid tier.
Yeah,
it's an in between. The only thing for the Series S is if you want to buy it for little Johnny.
Yeah.
And you're going to turn around to him and say, right, you're going to get Game Pass. You're not going to pay for any games. These are the games you're going to play. That's it.
Yeah.
Little Johnny can't say, I want to go down to Game and buy a game. Well, you can't, because where are you going to shove it? Up your arse?
That's it.
You know, so it's that kind of thing.
I was talking to my mate actually about the discless version of the PS5, and then when I was speaking to him, I said, well, you buy a load of second-hand games. I said, you think about it, if you get the digital version, you won't be able to go and get any second-hand games. I won't be able to pop down your house and bring games down or anything. And he was like, yeah, you're right, actually. I'm just fucked if I want any of that. Yeah, he said, I'll always be paying their price.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that PS5... price for the non-disc version is good. Yeah, I mean, both the prices are good, I have to admit. But, you know...
can we just mention the price of the fucking games?
Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it, Sam.
Because everyone keeps going on about what a good price it is. And it's like, I've seen fucking €80 for a fucking game.
Well, 70.
Do you know how much I paid for Dark Souls? Or Demon's Souls.
Yeah, 60, 70 quid a game.
70 quid, Demon's Souls.
Jesus, I know you're going to love it, man. I know you are. But it's and it looks impressive, but it's the new normal now. And if you're going to be downloading titles day one constantly, I mean, that's fine. It's a hobby and you're quite willing to accept that. But in conjunction with all the hard drive space you're going to have to fork out for, because we don't know how big these fucking games are going to be and how compressed they're going to be. Yep. It's a lot of money. And... Everyone keeps going on about the headline prices, and it's great. It creates a lot of talk, and everyone gets excited, and everyone slaps down their money day one, or has a big fist fight online, whatever. Brilliant. But I do kind of envy these early adopters, because I've done it, and I did it with the Switch, I did it with the Xbox One, and it was an exciting day.
And the Vita.
And the Vita, I did the Vita as well.
No, I never did the Vita.
It is an exciting day, and it is an expensive day, but I think. Let's take a step back, and on top of that, aren't we all just going to be playing fucking Cyberpunk anyway around that time?
This was my thing with the PS5 pre-order, where it's like, even if I don't get mine on the week, I'll be playing hopefully Cyberpunk or Assassin's Creed Valhalla on the Series X at that point anyway. So,
well, that's the thing; those versions of the game won't be available to the end of the year. I've noticed. So.
No, I don't think that's the case. This is something else, because obviously the games that are really expensive seem to be the exclusives, basically, like the PS5 exclusives. Whereas you can still get, like, I've got the Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed on the standard Xbox One, but they're just the bog standards. I think it just plays the version of the game for whatever console you've got.
Yes, well, you'll download text
into it, and those cost the same.
Yeah,
those cost exactly the same price as the old games.
The Avengers game does exactly the same. If you buy a PS4 Avengers game, you'll get it in the PS5 version when it comes out. So it's not going to be
the update.
Well, it's not going to be day one. And on top of reading a bit more deeper into this, because there was a whole kind of like comments about generational console gaming, and what came quite apparent quite quickly is that Sony is doing the generational thing still. 99% allegedly of all PS4 games will be able to be played on the PS5. So immediately that is
without needing PS Plus. I did read that today as well.
Without needing
they
PS,
muddled that last night, didn't they?
Yep, you pop in a disc, or you've already downloaded it via your PS Plus account elsewhere on your PS4. You access your games. You can do. So in theory, I mean, even if you were to get a PS5 disc or discless, you've immediately just swapping all the content you've got access to on your PS4 straight over, which is fine. It's great news. But again, it begs the question: is do we need? Do you if you're in doubt, if you are really upset about not getting one of these consoles, it's not the end of the fucking world.
No. It's just when it happens at the time. It's just very disappointing.
Of course it is.
And that's the problem.
But that's us in general, though.
Oh,
someone's got excited.
What's
that?
Have you just checked your emails or something?
Have you just been paid? Has your PayPal come back in?
No, but I just had a message from Hogarth saying that they're back in. The graphics cards are back in stock, are overclockers, and I thought I'm just gonna order one anyway and see what happens, and the order's gone through. It's been confirmed on both PayPal and...
Fingers crossed, mate.
Yeah, so hopefully it was just on my thing saying,
Do we have a happy story on the podcast?
We'll see.
Find out in 2 hours' time.
But this thing regarding the price of games anyway, I mean, we had that last generation. I mean, I remember when the Order came out, 1886, everyone shit a brick on it because it was like 8 hours long, and it was 55 quid, I think it was, which was, it was overpriced for what it was. But then the prices of the games have now dropped down to...
Yeah, they will do. I'm not even sure if these prices that they're putting out now are just placeholder prices.
Yeah. I mean, Zelda did it as well, didn't it? Breath of the Wild, that was 59 quid, wasn't
it? That's still... You can still download that for 60 quid on the Nintendo eShop,
right.
So...
But it's just the way it is when you get a new generation. It's just getting new shiny, But as you say, it's this whole thing of, a few of us aren't going to get the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox One on day one because we've been there and done it. And yes, it will be probably day one, and you'll see people on Twitter going, "Oh, look at this, and my box of this," and you'll be like, And it's like when you see that when someone gets a new game, innit, and you haven't got it, like, But once the week's gone, it's gone. But it's just that initial day, first week of just dealing with everyone else putting stupid pictures up of their PlayStation 5 or their Xbox One under the telly, But
to be honest, I'd rather get the Xbox One. Out of the two, if I could choose which one to have, I'd rather have the Xbox One because that's where I've ordered Assassin's Creed and Cyberpunk. So to me, that's more... I'm going to be playing them a lot longer, and I've at the moment I've only really got Spider-Man and Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Or Demon's Souls, sorry.
How much did your Spider-Man cost?
50.
50. Shit.
And that's supposed to be like a sort of technically one of what would be classed as like a £30 game this gen.
I'm just trying to, and you obviously get a version or souped up version of the original game as well, don't you?
I don't know.
I think you do. Yeah, I think you do as well. So if you haven't played that, you're in for a treat, mate. It's excellent.
Oh, I have.
You have. The original. See, this is the thing because that's coming out to PS4, which I'm really happy about. But what is the price going to be? I mean, is it going to be
30?
Well, that's exactly. Is it going to be a download only title? I don't know. I haven't seen. I had a good old look earlier trying to find it online, and obviously they're obviously keeping it.
Possibly not, because I thought stuff like Infamous First Light was going to be download only, and I got a disc version of that.
Yeah,
I'm sure there was another one that was kind of a sort of like just a spin-off game, as it were, like almost like a mini DLC.
It'll appear in the shops as if by magic. There won't be any fucking pre-orders. It will just arrive. We wait and see. I mean, I'm guessing all the focus will be on the PS5 version right now because obviously that's going to have more bang for your buck in terms of retail costs or retail commercial opportunities. So we shall see. But that's the only thing I'm really interested in on Sony's immediate slate, to be honest with you. And then the last game's took about 20, 25 hours, I guess. So I'm expecting about 10 to 12 on this one. Anything less would be a travesty, but we'll see. But we'll see. Cool.
Finally. Sorry. So
What's up? Are you playing video games again?
No. I've just seen something on the store that I've been after for fucking ages, and it's just appeared reduced to 15 quid.
Ooh, what's that?
Ashen. Been after playing that for a long time. It's like a Dark Souls, Bloodborne style game, but cartoon graphics.
There you go. Sorted.
Oh, yeah, that was it. That was the one. Sorry, Uncharted. That was the other one I was trying to think of. Okay. Lost Legacy, because that wasn't full price, was it? That was
that was 24.
25.
Was it?
Yeah,
25?
something around there. Yeah.
We shall see, eh? We shall see. I mean, again, it's if you're. Well, what do you say? I don't know anymore. I don't know what to believe in fucking either party, to be honest with you. Sony seem to be making it up as they go along at the moment.
What's actually pissed me off, what has really pissed me off from both companies, as far as I'm concerned, is what I'd like to see is a presentation of someone actually sitting down next to a telly with the system and taking you through everything and showing you how it all works and showing you the load times and all of that properly. And explaining everything rather than all these cryptic tweets and fucking pie charts that they have to keep putting out of.
We haven't actually seen proper seen one, isn't it? Have we? Let's be honest. It's all been
I've seen pictures of people online posing in front of them and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So they do, but are they just models or they actually are working units? That's the thing.
I'm not honestly sure.
No, I mean there was one of the series. I get so confused with these Xboxes. The series is it the Series S?
Yeah, the one that looks like
one. Yeah, the one that looks like
the one
that looks like when you go to McDonald's and you talk to the thing.
That is a really weird design, isn't it?
But it's supposed to be the same size as the PlayStation 4, the original PlayStation 4, but half the size of it.
That's insane. That is insane.
No, really but then it's got no disk drive, is it? So. And don't forget, a disk drive does take quite a lot of space up in anything anyway. So to a certain degree. So, but then they used to do Walkmans, so and they weren't very good. So I don't know.
Discs.
Yeah, mini or CD, CD Walkmans. So I got one somewhere.
Bring back the mini disc. There we go.
No, don't. It's shit.
The they were good.
I liked them. You could program them. You could name your tracks.
You could copy onto them as well. Yeah. We're old.
Very old.
Everyone's like mini disc. What?
It's like rewinding your tapes, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a lot of decent games shown anyway the last couple of weeks, so that was kind of
I mean,
surprises.
In anything, you're right. I mean, I think in terms of we may be talking about hardware now, but I think games are the ones we really need to focus on now because I think we're in for a real bounty. This next couple of 2-3 months or so. Some even stuff on Nintendo, stuff on Switch, stuff on Xbox. There's stuff on Game Pass, there's stuff on PlayStation.
Yeah, but all these games, like all these games, you can play on current gen consoles. I've not seen any games that are exclusive to these next gen systems at all. Yeah,
well, there's a couple on PlayStation.
There's a few, isn't there?
They didn't really focus on. I mean, there was
what Demon Souls.
Yeah, that's about it. And there was a rock and roll race. There's that racing, that destruction racing thing on PlayStation, which looks like Gash.
Destruction derby thing or whatever it is.
Yeah, £70 for a fucking piece of shit.
The Demon Souls looks good though, doesn't it? The graphics, I was quite amazed.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Yeah, I was quite impressed with the graphics of that.
Can Blue Point remaster BioShock, please?
Ask them nicely. Doubt it.
That'd be sweet. But obviously they only seem to remaster Sony party games, don't they?
Yeah, I'm surprised Sony haven't bought them, to be honest.
Not Last Guardian, wasn't it?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't bought them because they do so much work. Maybe they've just got a good deal going with Sony that they don't need to buy them.
But yeah, did you see the balls up that Sony made on the actual official gameplay trailer on YouTube?
No, why?
They put PC stuff on there, didn't they?
Yeah, they put coming to PC and other consoles, and then were like, that was a mistake.
Who
most
fucked
people
up
were. I don't know, but most people were watching it, got to the end bit, and were like, "Hold on, like Demon's Souls is an actual Sony game. Like this makes no sense."
that? Yeah. Why would you put? Why would you put that on in the first place, even in error? I mean, it's.
I think it was what that was supposed to come at the end of the Final Fantasy 16 trailer, and somehow it got put on that because obviously that was revealed last night.
Gotcha.
It was revealed as a console exclusive, loosely, and on through further digging, it's coming out on PS5 first. Then 6 months later, it's coming to PC, and then I think a year after the original release, so 6 months after PC, it'll probably then come to Xbox.
What
fair enough.
Souls?
No,
Final Fantasy
16.
Oh, Final Fantasy, right? Okay. Yeah.
Which is being overseen by a hell of a lot of people from Final Fantasy 14, which gives me quite a lot of hope.
It's going to be good. I'm excited.
It looks different and good, yeah.
Some of the games, last night, the Harry Potter one was a bit. I didn't know what to make of that, to be honest.
No, I think we need to see more gameplay on that one. To be honest.
There's quite a few people excited about that, but obviously they're younger than us. Like they're probably in their late 20s, early 30s, so they grew up with all of that. So.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else there was.
Spider-Man, Miles Morales looks really good.
Call of Duty, which looks the same as a Call of Duty.
Resident Evil Village, we saw some more of that.
That looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Next year's going to be cracking if all these games do hit the 2021. Definitely. And let's not forget, another game later on actually got a release date, whereas a game they showed at the previous event didn't.
What was that?
Horizon hasn't got a release date, but yet another big exclusive has got a release date.
That's God of War?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Jump to it now, God of War 2.
2021.
I did joke to someone saying all they need to do is show like a hair of Kratos' beard or something, and it's coming. But at least we now know why Assassin's Creed wasn't called Ragnarok, because I bet you there was some naming copyrights going on there.
But the Horizon one, it's not that long. I mean, when was Zero Dawn released?
When released before God of War.
Oh, so it's pretty old now, isn't it?
Is it really that old now? Right, okay.
It's about 3 or 4 years old.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's when the PS Pro came out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they're bigging up all the HDR and all that, yeah.
Right, okay, yeah. So
it was like the HDR showcase at the time, where you were like, I don't really see any. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got a copy of that.
A lot of them are doing that, aren't they? Going for like these sort of like big glowing sort of like neonish colours and stuff that generally pop a lot more against like darker blacks and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they showed a lot of that in the Spider-Man last night with all of the sort of villain people running around in the purple sort of luminous get up. What else?
I'm just trying to
think.
That Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was. I think it was you, Darren, last night. Said that might be coming out next February, March, because Capcom always bring that out early, don't they?
We'll know more come Tokyo Game Show in a couple of weeks.
But they normally do push something out early, don't they, Capcom? You know.
I've also heard rumours, like when I was watching one of the guys in the fighting game community, like doing his reactions and stuff to some of the event, and every time he saw Capcom come up, he was like, "Oh," because he was like, he's heard rumours that Street Fighter 6 is actually being made.
It is, yeah,
but it's actually being put back because of all the COVID stuff and other bits.
It got put back because they weren't particularly happy with what was progressing from the sound of it.
Well, that's good, because 5 was a fucking nightmare when it came out.
That's why the cheeky chap, he's recently left Capcom, or whatever his fucking name is.
Oh, Yoshi Ono. Was it over disagreements with that?
Yep, apparently so.
Can we not just get a new Darksiders or whatever it is instead?
Oh, I know you mean. What's it called? Darkstalkers.
Darkstalkers. That's it. Sorry.
Darkstalkers. Yeah. Oh, blimey. Old PS1 game, that was.
Bit niche that, I guess, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think after they fucked up Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I'm a bit dubious about any Capcom fighting game franchise.
Well, they have become a bit egregious with all the DLC and
Exactly.
and stuff with it as well. Which, it's a plague on all fighting games at the moment.
Yeah.
Did you have your tournament on the Xbox?
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
Never got around to it. Fucking we're fucking rubbish. We are.
I know Geomox, whatever his name is. He said he wanted to do one on the PlayStation, but
Gamox.
that didn't happen. Yeah, and that didn't happen either. And I did say to Dan the other night, because it was free on PS Plus, I'd have to download it. I haven't downloaded it yet. I forgot. Sorry.
That's all right.
I take it it's the latest version, is it? The arcade Super one.
It's basically the core version you get on PlayStation Plus.
The
one without like the newer characters.
Yeah, exactly. So you can basically go online and play, basically. So, which is fine. But I did dabble on it a little bit and played against a PC player who had a fucking kill limit or kill switch on it. So basically, when he got to about half a bar, there was about half a bar left in it on either side, and I was about kicking his ass with guile. I basically got stuck crouching, and I couldn't move and couldn't block, and if I can kick my ass. Fucking cunt.
An arsehole.
I know. So do not play against PC fucking players. All they do is sit there and just cheat their fucking asses off. Master Race, my
A lot of the problems with things like that, I know there was like issues with that back in the day, is they stick in these stupid trophies stroke achievements of winning like X amount of ranked matches in a row, which is why you used to get people that would win like so many up, and then they only need a couple more, and then if they were losing, they just quit out. Yeah, because it wouldn't count.
Yeah, I mean, they've done some interesting things with the news. There's like something called a dojo now, which unfortunately I don't have any friends to play with, but you can go online and hang out in a virtual arena and play games that way, and then you can customize and add certain bits and bobs to your dojo. So
like the sort of like little fight lobbies you used to have in like the Arc System games.
Exactly, it sounds kind of cool, but again, I haven't really dabbled in it. I mean, I think I went onto this on the previous podcast, and that they bolted so much onto that game. As I'm talking about Street Fighter 5, is that it doesn't really feel like a proper game anymore. It just feels like we don't know what to fucking do with this. How about this? How about that? How about this? Does that stick? Yeah, that sticks. That's cool. Let's do some of this. And then, Street Fighter 6 is delayed. Let's do another season. Fuck it. And
that's why that extra season cropped up then.
Exactly. That's exactly why.
It came out of nowhere.
Yep, exactly why. And that's why you've seen some character models for Dan, one of the characters, and they've announced 4 characters at the moment. And you've only really seen 2 of them. You've seen a bit of Rose as well.
And Akira, and Rose,
yeah. Rose apparently in this version, his special move is because he's basically holding a turtle throughout the whole match or the bouts, and the idea is he keeps balancing the turtle but fights with one hand. And then there's a 5th character as well, which is going to be the final Touchwood character that they'll do. So we'll see. I don't know. It's a Street Fighter, isn't it? I quite like playing it online.
Just next gen, just do Street Fighter Tournament of Champions and have every single fucking character they've ever had in it off the bat. There you go, job done.
The balancing. Imagine the balancing issues of that monstrosity. Jesus Christ.
Well, just sort it out from the start. Like they do, obviously. I know they keep tweaking them, but the reason they keep tweaking them is because they keep adding characters, and then they've got to change other characters to deal with the new one.
Nerf it. Everything's nerfed or bolstered up. I know, it's hard to fucking keep up with these things. Yes. So what were we talking about? We're talking about Street.
Yeah, so we talked about Street Fighter. Was there any other games you wanted to talk about from the Xbox or PlayStation events at all? Or
no, I think that's it.
I think it's worthwhile talking on a couple more bits. I mean, I saw the PlayStation have now got their own version of Game Pass.
It's not really, is it? It's
exactly. That's what I kind of want to get at.
Plus collection, isn't it? PlayStation Plus collection.
It's just for people that go buy a PS5 and don't have any games, isn't it?
Pretty much,
fair enough, I suppose.
Day one. Well, it's pretty much. It's got something to play. If you're if you've got a discless PS1, at least you can play Days Gone and the first Last of Us.
You said PS1 then, didn't you?
Yeah, same difference, mate. Discless PS5, sorry.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually think of like them doing that mainly because of the discless version.
Well, it's again they're focusing on AAAs, which you kind of have to commend to a degree. But again, if you want to play under the first party PlayStation games, you're still going to fork out 70, 80 quid for them, as opposed to Microsoft, where it's all under one roof. It's all included in your monthly subs. So. And they're pretty much permanent. Those Microsoft games.
If they're first party games, they will be. Yeah, it's just the third party that.
Stuff like Rockstar, who dropped Red Dead Redemption 2 after 3 months, in a cynical kind of cash grab, just to try and boost their online user base to a degree.
Black Desert that I play is actually coming back into Game Pass.
Oh, it's now there already. Seen it. I
saw an announcement.
Yeah, so that's there already.
But the PlayStation thing, though, is just PlayStation Plus, which is just the 1 year where you just pay. It's 40. Where it used to be 40, I don't know what it is now. It's 50. Whereas, don't forget, the Xbox Game Pass is 11 quid a month, isn't it?
Yeah. It is.
It's a lot more money. So.
It is, but I think it was only about 15 titles or so. Which is, I mean, in all fairness, those titles
150 for a year. You're going to spend 150 quid on the individual games that come out under that company.
Easy. It's all swings and roundabouts, and I mean it depends whether or not you want to. I mean, it's how you want to pay for your games, is how you want to budget, I guess, to a degree as well. I think a lot of people will be happy with the budget, especially now you can get these Xboxes on finance with Game Pass included, which to some is a no-brainer, especially if you're on a low income and you want to be able to afford the new shiny. You can do so. I think when I first saw it, I saw a lot of people claiming it's a Game Pass killer.
What?
I think
the PlayStation?
Yeah, I know, a PlayStation. I saw a couple of people claim that, and I just went, "Oh, you're fucking nuts, mate." That's all a bit insane because it's all stuff that's only over a couple of years old.
Fanboys will be fanboys.
Exactly, and it's all great having it there, but it's not. It's not the same value proposition. It's not. It's just like, oh, we've made money off these games already. Let's put a sweetener in this. Fuck it, let's do it.
I mean, it's like PlayStation Now. It's not as good as Game Pass, but it's not bad. PlayStation Now, for if you're someone that hasn't got the money to buy the games or don't have any games, it's not bad. The only thing that lets PlayStation Now down is I really wish the PS3 stuff you could actually download instead of streaming. Because the streaming is still not great on the PlayStation, I'm afraid. But if you could, oh man, the stuff on that is on PlayStation Now, that's the PS3 stuff, it's awesome. Yeah. But as I say, it's just streaming, which is a pain in the arse.
Well, I don't think in the UK we're going to get anything better anytime soon. That's the thing. It's you need that download speed, don't you?
But I thought they did a deal, PlayStation, with Xbox regarding something to do with the streaming, I thought, or something or other. There was something they've gone into bed with. I don't know.
It's the cloud thing, isn't it?
The cloud thing, is it? Right.
Is it Azure or something like that? Someone probably knows out there. It's like, I'm sure it was something to do with the cloud.
They've probably done a deal. Well, I don't know. PlayStation have done something with Xbox, haven't they? I don't know what.
Yeah, they're working with Azure. So Darren was right. Yeah, so they're using the Azure cloud services to stream all their games on the PlayStation streaming service. Yep.
So we might see better quality on the streaming then eventually.
Nah, probably not.
No.
Get enthusiastic now. It won't happen. Mate.
So why do they bother going with it then?
Because they're the world's largest cloud provider.
Yeah, and they spent so much money on it back in the day, thinking cloud gaming is going to be the future. When, let's be honest, I think kind of like Microsoft has come over and said you don't really need cloud gaming.
Yeah, but now they're offering it with Game Pass Ultimate. It's win-win, right? So.
Well, it is, unless you're Apple. Like I just bought a new fucking iPad, but which is fine. I'm quite happy with my iPad, and I'm thinking they're getting an Apple Watch as well at the moment because I'm a prick.
God, you're going to be one of those guys.
Yeah. I am, and I do. I give a fuck. No, I don't. I'll be there. I'll be there measuring. Yeah, they're measuring my fucking blood oxygen. Counting how many fucking steps I've done and how many bits how lazy I've been and how I'm going to die in 5 years. Brilliant. Can't wait, mate. But yeah, I'm just waiting on the Apple Watch at the moment. Give it a couple of weeks to see it, but all the dust settle, because I've had a quick look and I wouldn't mind a bit of finance on it, but I don't think they're going to offer it anytime soon. But we'll have to wait and see who's out there. But the iPad's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'd rather game on a tablet than a mobile phone. To be quite
screen's
frank.
too small. Yeah.
You'll end up with generations of people needing glasses.
I already have to wear glasses all the time, mate. Too much staring at screens.
I'm sure I'm like only months or years away, to be honest myself.
Yeah, I've noticed my eyes have deteriorated a bit more recently.
My eyes are fucked.
I'm noticing that a lot more now. But then it doesn't help that the company I work for seems to send things through that are so fucking small that even my daughter looks at it and she says, "Bloody hell, that's tiny."
Yeah, that's it.
Talk about walking into that.
I think you set yourself up for that one.
Yeah, right. Come on, Dan. What have you been?
No, wait. We're going to go to the last games from the Ubisoft event. Just a few things. Yeah, Ubisoft. Prince of Persia remake is coming. No one gives a shit.
Where's the Beyond Good and Evil?
It looks reasonable, but when you consider what most other remakes look like, they look a lot better than that.
Mate, the character faces look like they've been sucking on bees.
I didn't look at that trailer.
Oh man, it's nostalgia for nostalgia's sake. It's like, why is anyone too excited by that? Who gives a fuck?
The Alibaba and the 40 bees.
Yeah, pretty. Hey, very good, mate. Very good.
Okay, so there's that, and Scott Pilgrim's coming back. Dan's excited.
Yeah. Well, I'll pick it up and play it for a couple of hours, and that'll be do.
And that's all I wrote down from
getting it on the Switch
because everything else was shit.
So did they?
I quite like the look of the Phoenix Rising or whatever the hell it is.
Not.
It's made by the Assassin's Odyssey people, so that instantly gets my attention because I love that game.
It's coming to Switch, you know that.
What's that?
The Phoenix Rising or Gods and Monsters.
That's because the graphics are so fucking awful.
They're all right for what they are. It depends on the style of them, doesn't it?
It looks like an Xbox 360 game. It's
Fortnite-y.
Yeah, anything that looks
because
like
it hasn't got ray tracing or whatever.
Ray tracing.
I do hope we're all taking the piss here a little bit.
Yes, we are.
Always been to sound the most elitist bunch of cunts ever.
Yeah.
What was the Splinter Cell? Well, not Splinter Cell, but the character. What's his name? I've forgotten his name.
Sam Fisher.
What was he in?
He's now in Rainbow Six Siege.
They just prostitute him out to different games rather than make his own game
anymore.
Yeah, he's been in Ghost Recon. He's been in Rainbow Six now.
Is he going to be in Assassin's Creed next?
Probably. Yeah. And then he'll be in that Phoenix game.
Yeah, he's very good at the splits, I hear. That's all I know.
When it actually gets announced, you're going to see the old fucking Titanic meme, aren't you? It's been 104 years or whatever it is.
And what happened to Beyond Good and Evil?
I think it's died, mate.
Yeah, I think they tried to make it open world, and I think it's gone sort of like
south.
I think it's eloped with Skull and Crossbones or whatever it is. The pirate.
It's becoming a games as a service. Games as a service coming up soon.
Load of shite.
Anyway.
Was that it? Oh, and another bit of news is Panzer Dragoon, the remake, is coming out on the 25th of September.
Remake of which one? The Saturn version?
The original Panzer Dragoon, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a version of it on the Switch. It's been available for a while now. Yeah.
Speaking of the Switch, 2 new Monster Hunter games announced today for it.
Jizz.
Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Adventure 2 or something.
Yeah, but Monster Hunter RPG, there we go. That was
you don't like Monster Hunter,
the RPG one.
Huh?
Webby doesn't like Monster Hunter, does he?
We know he's rubbish at it.
I like the last one, but
I played World with you quite a bit.
Yeah, but Darren was the only person I could play with. No one else was playing it, so I kind of gave up because
Dan's gold ran out at one point, wasn't it? And
exactly.
Dropped off.
I played for it for a bit. I put about 30, 40 hours into it.
Nice. Do you want to know some good information, Dan? apparently after the last update for Monster Hunter World, it's going to actually become a proper Monster Hunter game, and they're going to fucking let people access all the fucking quests and not gate them off for events.
Oh, great. Awesome.
That was
I might need time to get back into that. Well, I just picked up today on the Switch for £14 whole download Monster Hunter Generations, which is the
good game.
It's the 3DS conversion to the Switch. So I literally just before I came on, I made my character. He's a dude with a green afro, wearing very, very tight metrosexual underpants. And I've just started the game. So so far it looks like a spruced up version of the 3DS game, which is fine. I'm fine with. It's got dual sticks on it, as opposed to if you ever played Monster Hunter using one analog stick, it's a fucking ball ache. So I'll be getting stuck into that, including Jaggies and all that other shit very shortly. So I'm quite looking forward to that.
Super fun.
So all good. And my fucking thing keeps dying. I can't hear you guys. Hold on.
Oh, that's annoying.
No, he's just left. He's just left to come back in.
He'll come back in a second.
He's having all the issues I usually have.
Right. Yeah, I'm back now. Sorry, I keep dropping out, so I can't hear you guys. I end up going on a rambly ramble, and then
we could hear you anyway. So
it's all right.
Yeah.
We just go.
Yeah, I know. As always.
Okay, so we've gone through the news. It's taken us an hour.
It's all right.
There was a lot of it.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what we've been playing?
Yeah. Do it, I suppose.
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Fair enough.
Fuck off then.
Yeah.
Right, so shall I go then? I might as well just mention. Shall I just mention one of the best ones I've played this past period was Hot Shot Racing. Have anyone played this?
Yes, I've played it a little bit. It's pretty decent, man.
It is. It's silky smooth. It's like Ridge Racer crossed with Virtual Racing, crossed with Daytona.
You have my attention, sir.
Yes, it's on Game Pass, but I did buy a version for the Switch for £12. I paid for it in the end, and it's how to best describe it. It's 4 cups, 4 races in each cup, polygon car graphics, silky smooth, allegedly 60 frames per second. If that floats your boat, you can really tell. Drift, boost, overtake, bit of rubber banding chucked in for good measure. Great fun. I mentioned the rubber banding because it's not as bad as you think it is.
No, I just remember certain games being so egregious with the rubber banding.
Yeah,
it's super frustrating.
They've done a fair job on it, to be honest with you, because the whole racing, it's done to keep the racing fluid and exciting and compact. Some of the later races, when you are obviously crashing a lot because you're shit, or boosting at the wrong times, it's quite obvious that you are kind of lagging behind. But when you are leading the pack, they will tailgate you and boost past you. So there is an element of kind of balance in there, but it's great. There's online. Hello.
Yeah,
Are you still there? You're still there. Yeah. I can't. I keep dreading that I'm going to drop out any second.
I think we should do that the whole podcast. Just be quiet.
I find just me talking to myself. I think people will fucking love that. So yeah, there's with online. The thing is, the Switch online lobbies are barren. It's hilarious. But there's a cops and robbers mode on there. There's a last man explosion mode where last person, last place explodes or blows up or something like that. There's elimination mode or whatever. Yeah. So it's a nice, tidy little package. It's on Game Pass. So if you've got that, it's well worth 4 gig or 3 or 4 gig to download and get some Chivos and have a bit of fun. And I think it's a really, really good, solid little racing game. So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Something else I've played. What else was there? I played a bit of Fall Guys. I did actually get. I got PlayStation Plus. I got a deal. They shut me a deal because I've lapsed for so long. They said I'll come back for just about 38 quid or something like that. So I thought, fuck it. So I bought a year's worth so I can play Street Fighter again. and get all the PlayStation Plus games, which I thought were worth it. So start playing Fall Guys, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me. I just don't think it's very good.
Dan, it's probably you're not very good at it.
Yeah,
I think that's it. I think the illusion, the thing is, when you're playing these types of games, you want that kind of, and I know it's like a build and they're building upon it and developing it, but there was so much disjointness of getting eliminated and then to quit out and quit back in again. When you're playing that kind of game, it's a bit like something like Super Meat Boy, where when you die, you instantly get back into the action. I mean, that it really does need that kind of kick to it, as opposed to, a bit of disappointment and then, spending the next minute and a half trying to get into a fucking another game again.
The only other... Sorry.
That's right. You go. No, you go. No,
I was about to say the only other thing that can happen with those games is obviously when they all come out, everyone's experiencing it together and all having a jolly good time. But then as the time progresses, everyone starts developing tactics and learning how to do the specific courses properly, and it sort of becomes less fun for sort of other players.
Yeah,
I don't know. I love it because I've learned most of the maps because I've played it shitload. So I'm actually really good at it. So it's fun, man. And they've actually very recently added some new maps, which gives it a little bit of variety. So they're constantly adding new levels, which is really, really cool.
Well, hopefully, I mean, it's going to hopefully jump over to other platforms, maybe the new consoles as well. So they'll tidy up some of the load times as well, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I played it for a bit, and the whole kind of progression was a bit tiresome. Again, if a title that costs, well, I know it's free on PlayStation Plus, but you could actually technically buy it.
Yeah, it's £15 on PC.
Yeah. So there's a whole undercurrent of microtransactions in there as well, and it's all cosmetics, I know, but half the time when you're playing this kind of game, you want kind of like an end goal. You want something to work towards, and I didn't really feel like there was much of that. It was almost like, oh yeah, get a silly wolf costume. Yeah, that's what's unlockable to you right now, or just level, or get a silly colour. It needs to be a little bit more than that.
I don't know. I mean, the main thing for me that keeps me going back to is just winning, being that last jelly bean standing. That's all I want to be.
Yeah, maybe when I got a bit of taste of that, maybe I might change my mind on it. But I thought it's a nicely I think it's been well executed. Don't get me wrong, I'm not too down on it. I'm not calling it a piece of shit, but I just felt a bit kind of deflated by it, if I'm being honest.
That's fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway, and because of that, I that PlayStation Plus purchase, I started Detroit Become Human.
Oh, that's
okay. Yeah, I like that.
Bit of David Cage.
Colin loves that.
Yeah, it's his favourite game of the year.
I don't know if he actually ever played that one. Did he ever play that one? Or
no. What I will say so far, I haven't tidied up so much in a game in the first hour or two ever. All I seem to be doing is cleaning up after fucking lazy humans. That's all I seem, or making them fucking dinner. That's it. But yeah, I mean, when I first started playing it, I thought it was awesome. As again, you are like a negotiating android, and you go in and you have to kind of negotiate another android who's got a kid hostage, and there was a whole kind of element of picking and choosing different elements of the investigation of what you're going to investigate, what kind of tactics. I thought this is going to be fucking awesome. Then it kind of jumps off a cliff thereafter, and obviously sets up the baseline story of the oppression of androids versus the human race.
Yeah.
Which is classic sci-fi, let's be honest. It's got Blade Runner written all over it.
Who's really human after all?
Exactly.
It's a shame, really, because I really enjoyed the game. It didn't do very well, to be honest.
No. Well, I did play Beyond Two Souls, and I thought that was awesome as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I actually picked that up, actually.
So it's gonna be, as I said, and I like the fact it's divided into chapters, so I can easily just drop in and out and just do a chapter here or there and have a bit of a pondering thought or a bit of action or whatever. But yeah, so far so good. And this is kind of falls nicely into the twilight days of the PS4, I guess, to a degree, because there's an awful lot of games out there I haven't really played that I can pick up on the cheap now.
Yeah.
I think they were doing Days Gone for about £14.
Yeah, that's when I picked it up. It wasn't a deep sale for around that price.
Yeah, I saw it about 15 in Tesco's at one point or something.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna hang around at that price for quite some time now. So I'll come to it. I might even end up on PlayStation Plus, to be honest with you. I'll hang around until it decides to show its face, and then get it then. But yeah, there's a whole host of stuff that it's an ideal time if you've been quite lazy like me when it comes to PlayStation games. Perfect time.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you there.
Yeah. So why pay 80 quid or 78 quid when you can play Peanuts and play all this stuff that you want? Cool. So then I suppose a bit of Xbox as well. I've been playing a lot of Gears 5 multiplayer. I'm the only one that plays it. I play it on my own. I'll go with randoms usually. So I've done a bit of the Hive. The first time I ever played the Hive, and that was quite entertaining. And a lot of holds I've been playing with randoms, and then the odd bit of arcade multiplayer, which is always fun if you get the right mix of players in there. So I've been grinding quite nicely. They've really tidied up the unlocks this season or series or whatever you want to call it, or Operation 4.
They've got a battle pass, have they? I think I might have asked this before.
There are battle passes, yes. No, sort of. Where you can immediately pay X amount of money to unlock all of the new characters for that series or season. So I don't like the word season. It drives me nuts.
I mean, when I look on, I think it's on PS5 or something. When I'm looking at people playing Call of Duty, it just says Season 5 in big letters, in a box. And I'm like, what's that? Oh, it's COD.
It's COD, but it's not the fucking same. I've been through this before with other people. I may have not said it. That's why when you hear me talking about TV series, I call them TV series. It's like Series 1, Series 2. I don't call them fucking seasons. A season's 4 times a year. It's fucking spring, summer, autumn, and fucking winter. Equal lengths. Call the fucking equinox, mate. That's what a fucking season is.
Is it the Americans that have...
yeah, it's horseshit. It really is. They can't even make their mind up. I mean, it's like, how long is it? 4 weeks? Is it 5 weeks? Is it 6 weeks? Oh, we're starting early. What? What? Fuck off. Sorry, I'm on some medication at the moment. It's made me go fucking buzzy as fuck. So, what was I babbling on about?
Gears 5.
Gears 5, yeah, I like Gears 5. It's great. Old school, and then I'm just tidying up really. I mean, I got hold of a couple of Fire Emblem Warriors on the Switch on the cheap.
That's not bad.
It's all right. It's good. I got it for 20 quid. It was mainly in reaction to the announcement of the new Zelda Hyrule Warriors coming out.
It looks great.
Which looks like and I've never played a Dynasty Warriors game. Never played it.
See, I'm surprised because you love all the old scrolling beat 'em ups from back in the day, and they're basically like the 3D evolution of those. You just beat the crap out of hundreds of enemies. That's
what I found out. I mean, I've stuck it. I mean, there was an awful lot of battle tactics mumbled to me in the intro, and I thought, well, fuck this, I'm going on easy. So I've stuck it on easy, and it's basically me whilst wandering around doing special moves, killing hundreds and hundreds of identical polygons and bad guys. It's fun. It's complete nonsense. The characters all look the fucking same, all the hero characters, and there's something about someone's queen or mum getting kidnapped and picking up various characters who I've recognised vaguely from Super Smash Brothers. And then you kind of find then you kind of upgrade your weapons and off you go. And to be honest with you, these type of games, when they bombard me with a lot of functions quite early, I'd rather than pause and learn it, I kind of just go head first and press smash on the buttons and then work out what happens later. I'll click in a couple of hours, I reckon. But it's fine. But I'm quite glad I got it. It gives me a good taste what Zelda's going to be like. It's going to look exactly...
The thing with Zelda, though, is that's supposed to be set like years before
100 years.
Breath of the Wild, and it's going to contain loads of lore, and you're going to see locations and story stuff that was only briefly touched on. So this is why I think a lot of the Zelda fan base are really excited for it.
Yeah. And it'll make a nice little stopgap between Breath of the Wild 2. So and if they get, if they get the combat bang on, I mean, I'm guessing it's going to be fairly similar to what Breath of the Wild was. It's going to have to be, really, to be honest with you. It's going to be immense.
Well, if it's a warrior games, it's going to be a hack and slash.
Yeah. Hopefully a little bit more finesse, but we'll see. But yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors. I think it's I think it's only about 20, 25 hours worth of gameplay, which I'm fine with. Whether or not I make it to the end, I'll remains to be seen. But I seem to be making good progress at the moment, so it's all good. And then, really, I picked up a copy for about £6-7 of Guilty Gear XX Hardcore Plus R.
Oh, mate. How much was it? Sorry?
Download on the Switch. I paid, once I took about 64p worth of credit.
Oh, is this the older Guilty Gears, not the Rev ones?
No, this is not the Rev. This is the sprite-based one.
Core or whatever it was.
It's on the Switch. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. I'm not sure if the offer's still going on at the moment, but it was well worth picking up for about £7. 25 characters, scaling sprites, crisp, responsive action, but also the gameplay. Oh man, it's great. I remember I played Guilty Gear for a little bit back in the old PlayStation 2 days. Did I have anything else? I can't remember, to be honest with you, but I did play a fair bit. So it's been a while, but yeah, it's a nice slash and beat 'em up that just feels right. It's not overtly complicated, which is great. That's good. Yeah, and then finally, I've been playing an extraordinary amount of Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 Plus on the Switch. I've been racking up high scores, getting into the top 100 in the world on certain courses, which I'm quite pleased with. And I've been kind of chipping away at the adventure mode, which I kind of left barren on the Switch version. I was mainly focusing on the Xbox version when I was originally playing that. So I've gone back and I've started to really, really get every single course on that maximum starred. So I'm well over about 70% of the way there, I guess. So that'll take a little bit while longer. And then I think I've put about 50 hours plus into that version of the game, plus whatever I put on Xbox and PlayStation. So it's getting there. Are you still there?
Yeah, we're still there.
We're listening to you. Don't worry.
I've had a save and silence. And then finally, as I said, I've been doing my dailies on Animal Crossing. I'm still playing it. I'm still chipping away. I've recently managed to grow golden roses, again 2 black roses, and then watering them next to each other with a golden watering can to get golden roses. And I've started to put them all around my house. So it looks like proper gold. So I've created a nice little patch for my lilies of the valley. So I've got shitloads of those now because I've got 5-star islands. So I've been making a great big meadow of those. And I had another rabbit moved in as well, Chrissy the rabbit, who's apparently the sister of Francine, another rabbit who is on my islands. And then Coco the rabbit gave me her a picture today to say thank you for being her friend. So that was fun.
That was nice.
It was nice. And then the Halloween update's coming soon as well. So there's lots of speculation about that. There's going to be pumpkins galore and Halloween costumes and all sorts of crazy shit going down.
Rabbit back, mate. It'll just stalk you like 5 nights at Freddy's
not Zippy the rabbit, not fucking Bunny Day, but that no, not that horrible shit. God no, I think that might be my cue for quit playing it. Coming around to Easter again and seeing Zippy the rabbit fucking litter my island with fucking shitty eggs again. I cannot wait. Well, I can. But yeah, it's a nice little. I mean, nothing really happens anymore in Animal Crossing. I've kind of maxed it all out and just wandering around, just growing flowers and doing little odd jobs around there, picking up weeds and making sure the villagers don't moan at me for ignoring them. But
I know I'll probably ask every time. Is Captain in it yet?
No, not yet. No, sadly not. He's not there. Although I do have his theme tune.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a whole host of stuff for that in it.
Do you still get the singing with it?
Yeah, you do every single Saturday night. KK Slider comes over for a gig, and then it's part of the initial end game for the game because you get to a 3-star island and then to encourage KK Slider to come play for you, and then he turns up one Saturday, and then you get the end credits by listening to a song. He comes around every Saturday night around my gaff now, and if I'm around, I go and ask him to play me a song, and he gives me a bootleg of it, which goes in my collection. This is all random nonsense. It sounds all random nonsense that people don't play Animal Crossing. I know. It's I'm approaching 400 hours on it now, which I've kind of I've got.
Is that nearing like one of your most played games ever?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, speaking of which, did you see? I think it was Galford put up on Twitter the other day. Bubble 4.
Yeah, I've got it.
Coming out.
I got it ages ago.
Is it out? Is it already?
Yeah, I got it.
It was it might have just been the physical copies. Like
I got the physical copy ages ago. In fact, I am looking at my cartridge of it right about now. Where is it? Bubble for Friends. It's called. Yeah, it's not very good. I'll be honest.
That's a shame.
It's, how do I say? It comes with the original Bubble on the cartridge, which is probably the version I played the most of it, to be honest with you. But it's not. Oh man, it's just a bit. It probably would be a bit better if I had some friends to play with it, because it's simultaneous 4-player, but it's only couch co-op. It's not online, which is disappointing. So make of that as you will. Cool. And that's really it. To be honest with you, it's quite a bit there.
That is, man. That is.
I mean, I've tried to be varied. I tried to mess it up a bit. I do have a copy of Horizon Beyond Dawn here as well, which I got for £12, which I was off the back of what Paul was talking about, was putting on Twitter. I'm guessing he's going to talk about it in a minute. So I haven't installed that yet, but that's my next next bit of fun, I guess, on PlayStation after Detroit Become Human. Where when I finish that.
Good times.
Cool, man.
Well, then, Stunty.
I mean, I have gone back to play Horizon Zero Dawn, because I did actually play it probably 2 years ago, and I didn't really enjoy it. I think I played about 6 hours of it, and I don't know. I just didn't. It didn't grab me. I couldn't get into it at all. There was just something about it, and I just left it. And then the reason I went back to it is because I picked up a cheap copy of Monster Hunter on the PS4, and I've been wanting a copy for that for ages. And I found a copy in CX for £8, and I thought, that's a bargain for that price. Yeah, so I got that. I started playing it. I'm quite enjoying Monster Hunter, but there was something. It didn't scratch the itch I want for the actual action gameplay, but I was enjoying it, and I don't know. I just thought, right, I'm going to start Horizon Zero Dawn. I had a quick look at it, and I thought, right, okay, so I've got about 8 trophies on it. Do I continue from where I was, or do I start again? I thought, do you know what? I'm going to start from the beginning, because I can't remember what I was doing in the game, and I thought I'm going to just enjoy the story and see if I can get into it. And do you know what? I'm absolutely loving it. I think I'm about 13 hours in. I'm level 19 now. Really enjoying the story, and it's clicked this time.
Oh, good, yeah.
And I tell you what, it could be creeping into my top 5 of the games of this generation, because it's just so good.
So. It is a really good game.
Yeah, it is a really good game, and now I've got to a different place where it's a different atmosphere and what's going on, and I'm doing all the side missions as well. You know, normally I just rush through the main missions, but now I'm doing all the side missions. I'm taking my time with it, and I just love it when you're a badass, as in like when you get really good with a bow and you can just one shot dead. You know, these creatures. You come up against some of these big motherfucker, monsters and the rest of it, and it's just great. And I'm enjoying the science fiction element of the game as well. About which I don't want to go too much into, but because it's story spoilers, but just why these machines, where they come from, what's happened, and the rest of it. And it's good. It's really, really good. I don't know why it didn't click the first time, really. All I can think of is that maybe I had something else, because this is the problem with me. Sometimes I can have something else I'm playing and I dip into this and it just doesn't click. I had it with Mass Effect many, many years ago, played it, hated it the first time I played it, went back to it about 4 years later. It's probably one of my favourite series now, the Mass Effect series. So, if you ever get games like this and you just don't click with them, maybe leave them and go back to them in a year's time and see if it clicks. But if you do go back to it, sometimes I do think it is good to go back to the beginning, start again. I know it's a pain. You think, well, all those, I'm going to be doing 10 hours of the game and not earn any trophies or achievements, but sometimes it works that way, because you can get sucked in better the second time. So, that's it. That's all I played.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, so just about Horizon, I was in the same space as you, Stunty, so I'm gonna go back and play it at some point soon. I think. Yeah. What about you, Switch?
Oh, what I've played, you probably already know, mate.
Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, because I've been working a load, so I just literally just log in and those and do my dailies pretty much. I've been pissing around on Fortnite, though, with Goose, someone I play a lot of stuff online with, and mucking around in like dungeons mode, which is it's like a save the world thing. It's been in and out of like event rotation on and off, and I've kind of put it off because the events that they run on Fortnite for Save the World are either hit or miss. They're either really good or just completely utter shit. But this is quite interesting one. You just basically go down 4 levels, all different themed, and you explore these zones, smashing vases and opening chests to get different weapons out, like random stuff, and work your way through at the end and fight a boss, sort of thing. That they can take quite a while to do. There's one I did today, and it took us about an hour and 20 minutes or something to finish it, which wasn't bad. So that's not too shabby. It's worth giving a go if you've got the Save the World, which I think you can pick up now for about 13 quid if you buy one of these sort of like monthly or sub-monthly packs that they do, where you get a character and access to Save the World.
Okay.
But yeah, what was you about to say, mate? Because I see I did notice you logged into 14.
Yeah, so I finished my uni project on Monday. That's why I haven't been gaming, and it's one of the reasons why there hasn't been a podcast for a while, because I've just been concentrating on getting my project finished. Obviously, I don't have a graphics card in my PC because I sold it, but I've got a pretty decent gaming laptop. So I resubscribed to Final Fantasy 14, and I've been pumping quite a few hours into it this week on the laptop. And I'm really enjoying it because there's some new story content out, and I just wanted to say that while Dan's unzipping his fly, that
no, I was doing something. Sorry about that. I was testing my blood glucose. Sorry.
The story's really good, and I've seen a few people moaning that Final Fantasy 16's being made by the Final Fantasy 14 crew, but
why moaning?
But I see it as a positive because people haven't played the MMO, and to be honest, Final Fantasy 14 is probably one of the best Final Fantasy stories I've ever played.
Yeah, that's it. If people are worried about 16 being like an MMO, that's not the case at all. It's just basically the story oversight and the character aesthetics and the world building aspects. That's what a lot of it comes through, and I pretty much worked out. Because I think Yoshida said either last year or early this year that he'd love to work on a Final Fantasy, and he'd love to have it like set place in like old swords and sorcery sort of times, like medieval styly sort of a thing, which is nice because they keep playing with like it's old but it's modern. I mean, 14's technically oldish, but it's also got a lot of modernly sort of gadget stuff in there as well, like flying ships and all those bits and bobs.
Yeah, it's great. I'm glad to be back on it. It's just one of those things where obviously it's a monthly subscription, so I'll stop paying if I'm not going to play it, or if I'm busy playing other games or whatever. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it at the minute. Just the story stuff and some of the dungeons I've done have been really, really fun with some really nice people. So
have you done the new dungeon yet at all?
Yeah, did it yesterday.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's wicked. I loved it. It was absolutely fantastic.
Running through like 3 or 4 of the zones, isn't it?
Yeah, it was good, man. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, I'll be playing that a bit more in the upcoming weeks. Have you played anything else, Darren?
No, that's it, mate. You might as well crack on with what you've been playing.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, just one question, just in case you have played it. What is this weird PC game that seems to be everyone's talking about all of a sudden?
Oh, not Among Us, is it?
That's it.
Yeah, my daughter's playing that.
Oh, no, you can play it on your phone, can't you? I think Sly's been...
Oh, is it on all sorts, is it? I just thought it was a PC game from what I saw.
No, it's on phone or tablet, because my daughter plays it. It's, I've watched a little bit of her play it. It's a murder game. It's someone in your group murders someone, but you've got to figure out who it is. So it's one of these kind of mystery style games, but it's a top down. Looks a bit like The Escapist, I thought.
Yeah, it's quite cartoony looking, isn't it? Yeah. Sly was talking about it to me the other day, and he was saying, "Oh, it's only £4 on PC, and it's free on the phone." So I've downloaded it on my phone, but I've not had a chance to actually play it yet. It looks quite cool because you can play it as a local party game, or it's up to 10
that's
players
right.
online.
Yeah, because my daughter plays with her friends, and all I sort of hear is, I've just seen the murder. I've just seen the murder. It's like, yeah, but she's loving it. I mean, it's but I think it's one of those where someone's played it on YouTube and it's gone through all the YouTubers, and that's why it's become a hit. So it's one of
like the Five Nights at Freddy's and various other games that all just get super popular because a certain streamer's picking them up.
Yeah, I'll check it out, man. I haven't played much, obviously, because I've been, as I mentioned, I've been a little bit busy. But I've played, apart from the games we talked about, I've been playing a little bit of Deadly Premonition on the Nintendo Switch.
I'm still playing that. I forgot to tell you about that. I'm still trying to finish that game.
It's a really long game, but I got quite far on the Xbox 360, but never finished it, and picked up on that Switch. 3? No, mate, I'm on the first chapter still.
I'm actually on chapter 3 now, so I am actually, and I did look up to see how many chapters there were, and I'm getting quite near the end. Yeah, I'm going to need a medal when I finish it.
Yeah, and the only other game I've been playing on and off is Days Gone on Peebs' recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
When I initially started playing it, I thought it was absolutely amazing. I think the world is pretty cool. The graphics are nice. The story's pretty cool so far, but there's some annoyances I'm finding in this game.
Yeah.
So
like making noise and everything just goes for you.
Well, that a little bit, but the main thing is your bike. It runs out of petrol so fucking quick. What the hell is that about?
Yeah.
It's so annoying, and then you find somewhere to refuel and it's just zombies everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I'm playing it on easy and I've been killed God knows how many times by these fucking zombies.
Yeah,
hardly any ammo. And the other thing that's really annoying is you can't fast travel anywhere unless you go and do these stupid side missions where there's like a red area, and in that area you got to find these nests.
And burn them out.
Yeah. Oh, I can't be fucked with that. It takes ages.
It's the open world busy work, mate.
Yeah. And it's just frustrating because when I started playing it, I was thinking, this is actually quite a cool story. You know, him and his girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to mention any more about that. For people that want to play it. I'm going to carry on with it because, it is. I'm intrigued to see where it's going to go. But I don't know if I'm going to finish it because even on easy, those frustrations are just there really heavily.
See, I'm the same. I never finished it. I got halfway through. You know what?
Got to be cautious, Webby, not just go charging in.
I am cautious, but then it's just...
It says, I played Left 4 Dead with you, mate. You ain't cautious.
I know.
No, because I thought I'll put this on Webby mode and I'll be able to just burn through the main story, but I bloody can't, and it's just frustrating me because I just want to enjoy it for the story of what it is, and I don't want to do any
story. No one watches a fucking zombie movie for a fucking story,
mate.
But
the thing is, though, like sometimes I just want to burn through a game and not do any bollocks in side quests, whereas this is just forces your hand, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think this is why, thinking about it, God of War, like the way that game was set up, there was busy work, but it never really felt like it at all. Really,
God of War was brilliant. Yeah. And
like the way that game was done.
I'm going to say what Peeves has said. Playing Days Gone feels like doing a job.
Yes, it does.
It does feel like doing a job. You've got to go from here to here. It's a fetch quest game. I enjoyed it for what I played of it. I never finished it because I went on to Last of Us 2, which was, for me, a miles better game than Days Gone, graphically and as well gameplay-wise. And I don't know, it was something about it. The motorbike, I thought, rode like shit.
Yeah.
It's very twitchy on the road. And also, if you hit a zombie, it damages your bike.
And sometimes you fly off your bike as well.
Oh yeah, I've had that before. Yeah, if you're too close to a zombie, the zombie grabs you and knocks you off your bike, and then
it sounds perfectly realistic.
Yeah.
My question is, why can't you have a car? I want a nice. I'll be safe in the car. I can trick that out, put spikes on it and all that bollocks, and just run over loads of zombies. Job done.
Always works well in the George Romero films when people get into armoured cars.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting game, but I can't. In all honesty, the way I'm feeling about it at the moment, I can't see myself finishing it. I might just have to move on to Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, it's a 7 out of 10, I'd say. Well, actually, no, say 6.5 out of 10, I'd say. Days Gone for me.
I mean, it's a shame because the beginning was so promising. I was thinking, this is going to be awesome, and I was really enjoying it, but. Yeah, it's just so. It's just like I got to this point that there was I was traveling because the map's quite big. I was traveling to, and there's these kind of checkpoint places where you have to put petrol in and turn the power on. You can get in and get loads of goodies, but then it turns all the speakers on and all the zombies come, and you got to go on the roof. And turn, I was just like, what the fuck? I can't be arsed with this. And then I died, and then it annoyed me even more. So,
I had a dodgy glitch on one of them. I had to turn off all the speakers, and the last speaker I can't get to because there's a proper horde comes in, and they were literally right where I was when I started the mission. I didn't realise, and every time I try and get to that last speaker, the horde, they just swarm me.
Yeah.
So. What I tried to do the next time is
Can you not shoot the speaker? I can't remember.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's where I was positioned. I can't get to that position because I'm down below, and it's under a bridge. So I thought, right, okay. Well, what I do is I go on my bike and leave the area, and the horde should move on. Nah, this horde stays there, mate. They don't move on. So I had to go back on a game save. It's the only way I could do it. So it was a pain in the arse. That was. I did it.
Annoying.
If you do start Horizon, do start from the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I will do, mate. Yeah.
Be interested to see if you can get on with it the second time, like I have.
Yeah.
Did you get the Game of the Year version, Stunty?
Yes, I did. Yeah, with the Wildlands. Yeah, because I have just got to Frozen Wild. Sorry, and I've just got to a bit where they've given me a mission already that's a level 28 mission. I'm like, no, I don't want that now. It's like I'm only 18. So, all right.
That's all I played, man. That's it. That's everything. So
fair enough.
Cool, man.
Just a few questions on Facey Books. Not many because I didn't give much notice. Steve Powell says, so far, which next gen console has piqued your interest? Anyone?
I'll say both. I'll just say both.
I know you're going to get them both on launch, Darren, aren't you? Which is
I'm going to attempt to.
Well, yeah,
see if we
try.
do.
I think if I wasn't PC, I'd definitely go for the Series X, just because of the Game Pass, and obviously I've got on my friends list and all that stuff. I think I will definitely end up with a PS5 within the next year, I reckon.
Final Fantasy, mate.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
that and the remake as well. That's going to have the parts come in, probably a PlayStation first, etc. And
well, the thing is that I mean, the Final Fantasy 16 thing, I could probably wait 6 months to play it on PC.
You couldn't.
But then the fanboy in me is like 6 months.
Exactly.
That's ages.
Especially with me sitting there maybe 1 week going, oh, fuck it. Oh.
Yeah. So.
And then 2 weeks later going, oh, shit.
Yeah, but I think waiting till next year, there might be, like this time next year, there'll probably be a sale on the console, bundled with some games or something.
Oh, there'll be Black Friday deals next year.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's all the games at the moment are coming out on both systems, this gen and next gen anyway. So, in reality, you don't really need the next gen.
I don't think Demon's Souls coming out on both, or is that just PS5?
PS5, yeah. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to play that anyway, because I played on the PS3 and kicked my ass. I don't want to go through that again.
Yeah, it's too much like fucking hard work.
It's like a job, hey peeps. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one, this gen, because for value for money, Xbox has gone all out, with the Game Pass stuff, and with the EA Access being part of Game Pass as well. I think that's a really shrewd move. You're going to be getting a lot of games for your money. But then on the Sony side, you've got that brand loyalty. You've got people that, that want to stick. It's the same with the Xbox, right? You've got people with their friends lists on the PlayStation. They've got their library and all that. And you've got the exclusives, which Sony always kicks ass at as well. So it depends what you're after, really. The value for money side, or the kind of more premium single player experiences, and obviously your friends on whichever system you're on. So, and then poor little Nintendo sitting there just laughing
all the way to the bank.
Yeah,
I can't see many people swapping about, to be honest, this gen now, because last gen was more of the online, because all right, we did have it with 360, but not everyone used the online on 360. And I mean, PlayStation's online was dog shit on the PS3. Well, it was, because I didn't really play the PlayStation 3 then, but I do these days, but not for online. But when now it's all the PS4 and the Xbox One, everyone's gone their certain ways, and you've all got your digital games as well as all right, I've got physical, but I do have a lot of digital stuff as well on the PlayStation.
Well, and that kind of locks you in as well when they release a new system and they say, well, you can play all your old digital games on the new system. You're like, well, that's actually pretty, that to a lot of people that's awesome, because you're like, oh, I can bring my games with me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's cool. All right, I'm going to move on. Which fanboys are better, Xbox or PlayStation?
Who are the funny?
Neither.
Some Graham Yates.
Yeah, I think who are the most delusional? I don't know. It's an odd one, isn't it?
I see both sides, and both sides are wankers at times.
You'll just go into like an Xbox post about the Series X or a PS5 post, and you'll just see fanboys from either side just screeching, and it's like, just play games where you want to play them. Play the games you want to play. Job done.
I mean, if you went for the cheaper versions of both systems, you could get them both for the price of one bloody console, really, couldn't you?
Almost, yeah.
It's decent.
Or the price of your graphics card.
Yeah, definitely, easily. Okay, Nikki Wilson, last question. What do you think about Nintendo pulling a Disney and only saying Mario 3D All-Stars until the end of the fiscal year? Even digitally. Also, what about the small amount of copies they've made? I heard Base had to cancel all pre-orders.
I think if you want a physical copy, you can get one now.
Yeah,
I think we've proven that. I think Base, on their regard, because they always charge dirt cheap prices, it probably was financially viable for them.
Yeah.
That's my hunch, because Shop 2 was flogging it still. How much is Shop 2 flogging it for?
How much was it on Base?
45. Yeah, well, Shop 2 cancelled. Well, they didn't cancel. They stopped all their pre-orders. That's why I ordered on Amazon. Yeah, that's why I ordered on Amazon. Yeah.
I've nearly ordered with them. It was 42 from Shop 2.
Was it 42? Was it? Fucking hell.
Really?
Yeah, because I ordered it through Nintendo. As soon as I saw it, I went on Nintendo and ordered it through Nintendo. And then someone put a post up. I think it was Frugal Games put a post up to say Shop 2 were doing it for $42.95. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
but I'm pleased I didn't order it now. From them.
Is that on like gold membership though?
Jesus Christ, maybe I'm wrong then.
Yeah, it says for $42.85 on there, but it's sold out.
Well, the basic question is, how much were they buying stock in for? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, well,
I mean, you're not making much money on that at all.
Well, I paid $50 on Amazon, so
yeah, mine was that from Nintendo Direct.
It is mad how many people go on these things, because it was like when I pre-ordered Demon's Souls. I keep fucking calling it Dark Demon.
It's all right.
When I went to order it on Shop 2, it tells you how many people are currently viewing the web page, because it says like X amount of people are currently thinking about buying this sort of thing to try. And it was like 260 odd something people.
And you were like, buy now.
People are currently waiting to buy this, and I was like, well, I'll bag it anyway. But they didn't allow you to use your discounts either on the new PS5 games, I noticed, because you used to get like the silver and gold membership discounts.
Is that on Shop 2?
Yeah.
Shop 2's discount's been dog shit for a while.
I must admit, I split mine now, so it's like I've got 13 Soldiers Aegis Rim or whatever it's called coming on PS4. I traditionally looked at it on Shop 2 and it was like 46 or 45, and then I went on base and it was 39, and I was like, cheers. I don't mind if I get it a day later. I'd rather pay like a $5 or less.
See, I use Game Collection now for all my stuff. I don't use Shop 2 much anymore. So the only thing is Shop 2 can be the day earlier, though. That's the only thing. But then I get Game Collection's quite good on its points these days. They pretty much like what Shop 2 used to be like years ago with the point system. So yeah,
I think Shop 2 became really popular, didn't it?
Yeah,
pretty quick, and then they are still good at getting you games on time and stuff. But
don't use Amazon if you want it early. Fucking hell, I've had stuff from Amazon that's come like 3 days later.
Oh, even with Prime?
Yeah. Well, I've had it with Prime.
Really? With Prime? Fucking hell.
Mine doesn't. Mine usually turns up same day, but then it turns up. My Mario probably won't turn up to about 9 o'clock tomorrow night. So that's what usually happens.
Our post usually turns up around 1, 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, that's not too bad then.
I know. Is it Cram the Man? I think he gets his quite early. He's always one of the first people to post. Got this through. Mm-hmm. Usually around sort of 10, 11 o'clock. I'm like, come on, Posty, where are you?
Oh, well, never mind. I've got enough to play anyway. So it's all good.
Loads of games. So many games, so little time. Cool. I think that's it.
Cool.
That's all the questions done. All the news is done at the beginning, which was a really weird way of doing it, but that's nice. Nice to change it up a little bit. Cool.
Well, we got to the bit that people probably really want to hear us talk about, to be honest.
What's that, Final Fantasy 16?
All the conferencey stuff. Yeah. All the conferencing news bits.
Yeah.
Crisis. There's still going to be more stuff to come anyway. You've got, like I said, Tokyo Game Show in a couple of weeks. We're going to hear more about other stuff there.
Yeah. Cool. All right, we're going to end it here then, guys.
Cool, Ben.
It's almost my bedtime, so...
That's all right, we'll only be going. We'll be going for 2 hours. Record fucking time, yes. This is what you get for not paying for Patreon. 2-hour shows.
Well, the Patreon guys will get a 4-hour show next week. How's that?
No, I'm not part of that one. But fuck that.
Fuck that. Just drag Elliot out.
Yeah.
Can you not just add on one of the old podcasts on the end?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually in the process of uploading all the old podcasts onto the YouTube channel at the moment.
This is only the 360 stuff, though, isn't it? It's no Mojo, is it?
There is some Mojo already on the YouTube channel, yeah. The ones that I did on Twitch back in the day and automatically went over there, so...
I'll have to find those Mojo ones I've got, because I've probably got loads somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be handy, mate.
Yeah, because they're on the old computer, because when you used to record, I used to record as well.
Yeah,
as a backup.
Nice. Cool. All right, I'm going to end it here. So thank you very much, guys, for coming on. So for me, Mark Webb, Gamer Tag Pearson, ID, Steam ID, Webby, 360G.
See you later, Cinema.
And same for me. See you later, Stuntmaster.
And Sensei Switch, goodbye.
So thank you very much. Don't forget to visit the website 360gamercast.com. Follow us on Twitter at 360gamercast. If you want to listen to a show every single week, sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/360gamercast. And if you don't want to sign up, then you still get a show every 2 weeks. Aren't you lucky?
Is that where we're going to keep Elliot now, locked behind a paywall?
Yes. Yeah. He can be our resident rent boy. Anyway, that's it for the show. Thank you very much. See you next
Bring
week.
out the gimp.
We'll see the Patreons next week. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to 360 Gamercast. And remember, next time the boss isn't around, join us in the forums at 360gamercast.com.